Welcome to Buzz on Veterans, brought to you by Operation Barnabas. I'm your host, Chris Budihas. What we're doing here today is we're highlighting veterans in our community and what they're doing in their post-military careers. Today I have Brent Breining from Pure Desire Ministries here. Brent, good to have you here.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks for your service.
Yeah, great to be here.
So where are you from? What you do in the Navy, and what are you doing now in your post-military career?
So I grew up in Chicago.
Yeah. So deep dish.
Deep dish, yeah. Yeah. So spent 22 years up there in the cold, and obviously in retirement I'm down here in Florida, and it's awesome. But my dad went to the University of Michigan, and that's where I wanted to follow him. And he
great. Go
said,
Blue.
Yeah, go Blue.
Yeah.
National championship. Been a good year. But he said, but you got to figure out a way to pay for this. So that's when he recommended looking at the Navy ROTC program. I had an affinity for service and looked into that. Didn't have a desire to stay in or an inclination really, but got my school paid for. Got commissioned in 1990 and went down to Pensacola, Florida for flight school. Became a naval flight officer. And went up to Whidbey Island to fly EA-6B Prowlers, electronic warfare aircraft. So 27 years later in 2017.
So that 4 years turned into 27 years.
Yeah.
Kind of got its hook in you.
Never met a job I didn't like in the Navy. So
that's awesome.
It's a wonderful career. Did some great things besides the flying. Was down in Special Ops Command in Tampa for a tour. Last three tours were in D.C. I was a congressional fellow. So worked up on Capitol Hill.
God bless you.
Went over there.
No gray hair.
But figure out how all the sausage is made. But, it was a very eye-opening experience. Did some time in the intel community at Defense Intelligence Agency, chasing terrorists around, and wrapped up as the director of the Navy Wounded Warrior Program.
Oh, wow.
And so as I was coming out of that tour, when I was on the 06 list, my life was kind of in a shambles. My marriage was in the tank, and a lot of it was from my pornography use. And so I got caught up in that and couldn't stop and needed some help.
Addiction we rarely ever talk about in society, right? But real.
It's real. Yeah, I mean, we work with a lot of Christians, have a lot of church data, but about 2/3 of church-going men, 1/3 of church-going women are struggling in this area.
Oh, really?
Along with half of pastors.
No kidding.
And these are all clients that we've got coming across our doorstep. So the ministry saved my life, saved my marriage. Been married 26 years now.
God bless you.
And just really felt I wanted to give back, continue giving back in my post service. And so I started leading groups. Been doing that for about 12 years. And then as I retired, wanted to do more, went back to school, got a master's of pastoral counseling with a focus on addictions and recovery from Liberty University. And then I got a certification as a pastoral sex addiction professional from the International Institute of Trauma and Addiction Professionals. And I got picked up by Pure Desire earlier this year as one of their clinical staff. So we essentially have multi-pronged approach. We have groups for men and women who are struggling, for women who have gone through betrayal in the relationship. About 50% of marriage divorces. This is a leading factor, the pornography use and divorce.
Wow, that high.
And that's within the church and outside the church. And then we have focused individual and couples counseling, helping people walk through those addiction issues, working through some of their trauma, and then repairing the relationships. So it's kind of the nutshell of what we're providing. Lots of books and resources, and love it. Love giving back.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, you're really changing lives, right? I mean, probably saving lives.
Saving, some of them. Some of my clients have been suicidal, but saving marriages, families.
Success rate typically?
We don't have, it's really hard. It's one of those things, how do you put a metric on success? But our founder, Dr. Ted Roberts, former Marine fighter pilot turned pastor, wrote the book Pure Desire. He says from his 30 years of doing this, about 84% success rate just going through our group process, and about 95% if you couple that with the intensive counseling.
And is it all done remotely, or do you do it in person also?
Pretty much since COVID, we've gone 100% remote. So the ministry is based out of Oregon. We have our clinical staff are spread throughout the country. And I work entirely from home on Zoom, so it's HIPAA compliant, and we can do all the stuff we need to. And frankly, I haven't seen a decrease in outcomes by doing it virtually versus in person. Obviously, the personal connection is better when we're here talking in the same room, but we get the same effects when we're doing it online.
Okay, that's great. And have you seen this process? I mean, obviously it's healing people and marriages, I imagine. Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of success right there.
Absolutely.
So how do folks that are watching this program find Pure Desire Ministries? Just Google them?
Google Pure Desire Ministries, puredesire.org. Just type that into your browser and you find our splash page. And you can, right at the top there is find a group. We have online groups. We have local groups at usually at churches that you can put your zip code in and find that.
Okay.
And if you want to focus in on the counseling, hit that link and you can find out how to sign up for that.
Well, hey, thanks a lot for your service.
Yeah,
More importantly,
absolutely.
thanks for what you're doing, your post-military career. That's awesome.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us on Buzz on Veterans, brought to you by Operation Barnabas, a great nonprofit over there in Orange Park, really saving lives of veterans from homelessness, addiction, and other issues that are having in their post-military careers. So take a look at them, operationbarnabas.com. I would ask all my friends out there not to have that Starbucks on Monday, but maybe give $5 to Operation Barnabas to help them in their efforts over there to help our veteran community. I do want to mention here on 9 March from 10 o'clock to 2 p.m. at the Sawgrass at the TPC, the Players, there's going to be a job fair. So take a look online, TPC, Military Job Fair, 9 February. Google that and you'll see what's occurring there. Or come follow me on LinkedIn and I'll continue to post what the event is and then more specifically what organizations and companies will be there. Thank you very much. See you at the next Buzz on Veterans.
Operation Barnabas is a veterans ministry, started in 2017 with the purpose of helping our veterans that kind of got left behind, and they've struggled with addictions, PTSD, suicidal thoughts, those kind of things, helping them get whole again through one-to-one mentorship.
Being able to communicate with them and help them can drastically change their life, can drastically change a family's life. The little that we can do is put our hand out and say, hey, do you want a hand up?